Okay, freshmen, class of you people, graduating class.
29.
2029, holy cow, okay. So, big day for you people. You've gone through the freshman exploratory. You visited all the shops, plumbing, electrical, welding, auto, culinary, graphics, what else? What did I miss? Anyway, you've gone through all of the programs, carpentry. You've gone through as a cohort all together, and then you were split up to focus on the top choices that you liked, and now you're putting on your big people shoes, and you've chosen your pathway. Right? Put these passes out. You're going to find your name, and it's going to tell you where to go. All right, all right. Let me just say it was a pleasure working with all of you and meeting all of you, and I hope we continue to say hello in the hallway. One of my favorite parts about Freshman Exploratory is I get to meet all of the freshmen. That's kind of special. A lot of teachers don't get that. I get to introduce you to tips that you can take with you for the rest of your life, like setting up the proper ladder, step ladder, extension ladder, right? A little bit of history of carpentry, a little bit of history of the layout tools. So my hope is you learned a little something. And one of the great joys of being here, I've been teaching for 20 years, I get to see freshmen come in, grow, leave, go off to college, go to the trade, bump into them out in the city, and some of them, 20 years later, they have families, homes, careers. It's a good feeling. It's a good community feeling. All right, enough said. Find your name and go to that new pathway that you've chosen. See you around, buddy. Miss McCarthy, it was a pleasure meeting you. We'll see you around the school. Gentlemen, pleasure meeting you all. Good luck out there.
Yeah.
Hey, pleasure meeting you guys. Welcome to Carpentry. Most of you, if not all of you, chose carpentry. Is there anybody here that doesn't want to be here? One guy who's already requested that you go and get changed, and that's fine. Maybe there was a mix-up. Anybody else? Is there anybody here who doesn't want to be here? I'm seeing some faces that I'm surprised you chose it, to be honest with you, based on the engagement that we had. Sometimes people are slow starters, and that's okay, right? But there's a couple people I'm surprised that are in here. There's many of you that I'm glad are here, not the majority of you, and some I have to get to know you, because when you came through, some of you weren't engaged, but I get it. It's, you're just trying to feel it out. So, right now, one of the things you need to know is no phones in carpentry, so right now I'm going to come around and collect your phones. Everybody, this is Gabby. She's our group leader, so she'll be here to help. She'll be an extra set of eyes for me, because we have a lot of tools to go through, a lot of safety to go through, and you need to understand, there is no roughhousing, no playing in the shop, no touching of one another, no goofing around, okay? It's a serious place. You can't get hurt in here. Dangerous tools and equipment to work with. But I'm going to teach you how to navigate all that, because construction is the most dangerous job on the planet, I've been told, and I believe so. Of all the industries in the United States, when you look at injuries and fatalities, construction is high on the list of numbers of people who get things injured, okay? The program is this. You're going to come in, you're going to learn layout tools. In the beginning, it's going to be slow. It's going to challenge your patience, but being a carpenter requires patience. You need to do layout, you need to understand the language before you can put things together. So what happens is you come in, we do a safety review of the shop. I show you the lay of the land, everything that can hurt you, all the things that prevent us from getting hurt, all of the responses that go along with safety, all of the shutoffs, all the emergency equipment. Go through all that first. Our evacuation procedure in case of an emergency, our stand-down emergency. You'll go through all of that. And all of this goes under the guise of OSHA, everybody, right? OSHA guidelines. That's what we operate. Under 1926 Code of Federal Regulations. Sounds like a whole bunch of something, and it is, okay? But you're gonna learn all that. You guys are growing up now, right? We're coming out of the junior high school mindset into the high school. You've chosen a pathway to potentially your career. And listen, if you take my program, and many do, and they don't become carpenters, they become construction workers. They go to the pipe fitters union, they go to the electrical union, they go plumbers union, they go to the carpenters union, of course. They start their own businesses. I had a student that went through my program, and just 5 years after he graduated, He committed 5 years to it to learn everything from the start to the finish. And started his own company. He's building homes, $1 million homes in Norwell, Hanover, and all that. So my point is, this program has a lot to offer if you get involved, okay? First thing I have to do is give you a handout to go home, bring it to your family, look at it. It talks about the safety, needs to be signed, and it talks about your safety equipment. Now in Carpentry 1, I don't know, some of you might want not to take Carpentry 2. You might not want to invest in a pair of work boots for safety. Although I don't get that, because I think that any high school person should own a pair of work boots, whether you're wearing them in school or you're wearing them at home, working around your yard or your home or whatever you're doing, right? Or working for a neighbor. If you live in an apartment building and you're working for a neighbor to make an extra buck. I believe that every high school student should own a pair of work boots. So if you can get them, I'd appreciate that. With that said, if you don't want to get them, you can't wear Crocs in here, you can't wear open-toe shoes, you can't wear flip-flops, none of that stuff. Your shoe has to be a closed-toe shoe. Are we good? All right, how many of you want to leave now after hearing all that? Anyone want to leave? We can work on that. Anybody else? All right, good. Now, I can tell you right now, hey, when I'm talking, that means there's noise coming out of my face. And if there's noise coming out of my face, you shouldn't be talking, okay? All right. I'm going to go around and collect all of your name tags. Anyone have any questions? Well, let me just tell you what we do again. Real quick. Safety review, introduction to technical drawing. You'll draw a drawing, and then that drawing is going to be something that you're going to build, and then we're going to build it. Okay, so when you leave here, you're going to have a takeaway. It's going to introduce you to the table saw, the miter saw, the band saw, the jointer, the planer, a lot of those tools, and a lot of the layout tools. It's a simple project, but being brand new, it's going to seem a little complicated for you people. And you just need to focus in on it, okay? And you work your way through. The weather will be good. We'll be outside. We'll do a little ladder safety. We'll introduce you to the outside work, residential framing, because that's the bulk of what we do. Once you get through the safety and through the tech drawing and all that in Carpentry 1, we start building residential floors, walls, roofing, and introduce you to that. Then we build sheds, we build outbuildings, we build things for the school. So we're always busy. It's a good program in the regards that we do have a lot to do. All right, so here we go. Let me collect your. Everyone, here's your handout. I'm giving it to you now. This is your first test. My hope is I get this tomorrow. You bring it home, you talk to your family, your guardian. There's a little video on the miter saw, because watch that video with your family so that they know what you're using, so that they understand, okay? And you bring this back signed. That's your first order of business, okay? I can't let you use any of the tools until I get this, so keep that in mind. You can't use the tools, and if you don't bring this in, so we're going to use the tools tomorrow, so you'll be watching. You don't have it. Okay, everybody, once again, welcome to Carpentry. I'm glad you chose Carpentry. I need customers, so this is good. I got plenty. What do we have? 20 students in here. All right. Thanks, kid.
You're welcome.